You asked for it.
There. There, man, fam, we are here at EPCOT and we are going to drink around the world.
Yes, this is a tried and true theme park tradition. You've asked for it, so we're here not during a festival so we can hit all 11 countries and try some drinks and food.
I do not partake in alcohol, so I will also be trying some of the non-alcoholic specialties.
And we are going to be eating throughout the day, of course, and as a reminder for all of you, we're going to be here all day, so these beverages and food will be consumed over many hours.
And I am, of course, DD as well.
Yes, very important when you are going to drink around the world. Again, tried and true tradition. We are going to give you our best recommendations, but safety always comes first. And also, don't forget you're in a theme park with families and children, so behave accordingly. All right, are you guys ready?
Yeah.
Excited?
Yeah.
Excited.
There's only one question.
What's
Okay.
that?
Mexico or Canada?
Oh. Mexico.
Mexico.
Yeah.
Start with
You can't
you start with Mexico.
You do not start with beer. You start with tequila.
You end with Fantasyland.
Yeah,
Naturally.
it makes the most sense.
Yeah.
And yeah, ending with tequila, are you crazy? All right, stop number one, the correct first stop when drinking around the world, Mexico, where of course, we gotta get a margarita. There's several places you could do that. You could go to La Cantina de San Angel right here, the quick service restaurant, great food, waterside dining, excellent margaritas. You could go to Choza de Margarita, a little bit smaller stand, but here you've got some good frozen options as well as a few on the rocks things and a few more quick bites. I love their empanadas. But of course, we are going inside the pyramid here into La Cava del Tequila. It wouldn't be an authentic, true best drinking around the world video if we didn't. But fear not, if you do not want to go inside to La Cava del Tequila or the line is very long, the same team that runs their beverages also runs out here at Choza and Cantina, so you're gonna get a good cocktail no matter where you go. La Cava del Tequila is lovingly referred to as the Tequila Cave, and they've got more than 100 different types of tequilas and mezcals on the menu. They've got a variety of margaritas, including their famous avocado margarita, a classic margarita, a Diablo margarita, which is a little bit spicy. They've got a margarita called the Lily, designed by my friend Lily Aldridge. It's a great spot. There is a walk-up bar where you can grab drinks to go, or there is a small seating area, which is what we're gonna try to do so that we can get a little bite with our cocktail.
All right, our first round of bevies has arrived. I picked up the Crystal Inferno. This is made with Dos Hombres Espadin Mezcal, Alma Finca Orange Liqueur, clarified lemon juice, and a spiced nectar. Molly has picked up El Rancho de Lalo. This is ranch water crafted with Topo Chico, sparkling water, fresh lime juice, and black ant salt. You can get this with a choice of tequila, mezcal, or half and half. Molly did the mezcal. Our server also added a little bit of habanero bitters to this because Molly does enjoy some spicy flavors. And Max picked up the mocktail, the Piña Pri. This is made with Almave Blanco. That is a spirit-free tequila, pineapple guava juice, and Orgio coconut-infused agave. And we also picked up a bite because, I mean, why not? We're here. This is the trio combo, the perfect combination of cheese dip, salsa, and guacamole served with tortilla chips.
There's other people near us, and we don't want to be annoying, so we're very close to the camera. This ranch water has quickly become my favorite cocktail here because I like simple cocktails. And when it comes to tequila drinks, I literally just want this. I want soda water, I want lime, and I want the liquor. If I'm gonna do a margarita, the skinny margarita is that plus a little bit of agave. But I love that he added the habanero bitters for me because it now has made it kind of like a spicy, smoky situation because of the mezcal. This is fantastic. 10 out of 10. Definitely taste the alcohol. So if you don't want to taste the tequila, then I recommend some of the other sweeter ones, again, like the Lily or the avocado.
It's toy. I love pineapple and driving fast, so this is perfect.
It's the family drink of Mexico.
It really is. Mocktails usually fall into one of two categories. Either it's just juice or they're trying to make it taste like alcohol. This is a little bit of the second, but the pineapple flavor comes through and it actually doesn't bother me as much as usually the one that's trying to just taste like alcohol. It's kind of delightful. It's light, and while it does distinctly taste like that alcohol flavor, I enjoy it.
It's a Breaking Bad. Blessed be. This is an incredibly strong cocktail. You can taste the mezcal very clearly. And then there's a lot of that citrus coming from the clarified lemon juice, which is a very pure lemon flavor. It's not very sour, but it's incredibly potent citrus. And then just a little bit of spice coming through from the chili infusion. There is no ice in this. It's just liquor. Great way to start the day.
And obviously, we said we need to eat while we're doing this, and there's no better thing to start with than this delicious dip trio. This is good white queso with some jalapenos, so it's got a little spice. Excellent guacamole, little smokiness of the salsa. This is top drawer, and again, you can only get this if you sit down, so recommend coming in. What a great way to start the day. Also, for an added bit of fun, we got these passports from a small shop called Chandri Designs. They're a very sweet couple, and they have these passports where you can fill them out as you go around the world with what you're eating and drinking. So we're gonna all fill these out as we go, and by the end we'll have a full list of our day, which is fun. You can also go to the EPCOT sections and get them to stamp it for you. Also, we ordered these off their shop, but they reached out and gave us a promo code for the MAMFAM. If you want anything, they've got kids versions and stuff too, and they've got products for all the different parks. It's really well made. They've got stickers and all kinds of things. They're just a sweet couple, so wanted to promote them. So we'll put the shop link and the promo code down in the description.
All right. Delicious first rounds consumed, and we are going to be rating each country's offerings on our own unique scale.
I'm Molly, and I will be rating each country.
Who are you?
I'm Molly.
I'm Molly, and I'll be rating.
I'm Molly.
And I will be rating each item based on a character, Disney character from that country, on a scale of 1 to 10. So Mexico gets 10 Dantes. Because I love La Cava del Tequila, and that beverage is fantastic. Also, so is queso.
I'm Max, and we moved. I'm going to be rating every country's food and drink on a scale of that country's national animal. Mexico's national animal is the golden eagle, and I will be giving my beverage an 8 golden eagles out of 10. I did find it nice, light, and delightful, and even though it did have that alcohol taste, it was not something that made me not like the drink.
I'm Alan, and I'm going to be rating every country's food and beverage based upon an ingredient used in the creation of that country's national alcoholic beverage. This is blue agave here in Mexico, so I'm going to give it 10 blue agave plants out of 10. Fun fact about blue agave, in order for a tequila to be called a tequila, it must have at least 51% of blue agave in its creation. All right, up next we have made our way into Norway, where there are really only two options to pick up some food or beverage, at least quickly. You have the beer cart here as you enter Norway, and the Kringle Bakery. Your other option is a table service restaurant, Akershus, and we're not going there.
At the Kringle Bakery, I picked up the Juniper Pilsner per the recommendation of the cast member. She said this was her favorite beer and that it reminded her of the forest.
Juniper, that adds up.
Oh, that is quite nice. It's a little bit foresty, I can get that. It definitely has a little pine note to it, but it's mostly a very nice, light beer, as my grandpa would say when you drink a Pilsner. It's a beer that tastes like beer, meaning it is much stronger than an American light domestic beer. A lot more flavor than that, but still not too heavy for a hot EPCOT day when you're drinking around the world. I'm gonna give this an 8 out of 10 Svens. And I do want to make it clear, I know that Frozen is not actually set in Norway, but it is Scandinavian in inspiration, and it's all I got. Also, the most popular beverage to get here is probably the Viking coffee, which is a frozen coffee with 2 different coffee liqueurs in it, Bailey's, which is Irish, and Camorra, which is Mexican. So I don't know why that's in Norway, other than the cast members did tell us when they go camping they like Bailey's and coffee, but that's confusing.
Now, Norway does not have a mocktail option, a specialty non-alcoholic beverage. I did get the Kringla, the snack that the quick service is named after. And as a little beverage, we got a distinctly Norwegian water, the Vasswater.
It's the water of Norway and Smile too, for my horror girlies.
I don't know what that means, but
Norway.
tastes like the fjords.
Fell right off an iceberg.
That's right, yeah.
Awesome.
Notably, the Kringla is a pretzel-shaped pastry, and the menu will tell you that it has a sweet fondant and chocolate on top. When you buy it, they'll tell you it has sweet raisins in it. They're not listed anywhere on the ingredient, but the cast member was lovely enough to warn me in advance. You know, that's a lovely pastry. I don't taste any raisin, which I'm happy about in this moment.
They used to have an almond version, which I really liked. I don't know that I've ever had this version.
It's very sweet.
Yeah, it's dough with frosting on it.
Yeah.
It's not bad.
Listen, this is nice to get the namesake of the Norwegian quick service. I don't think this is a particularly unique pastry. It's mostly just dough with some kind of frosting or icing on top. While Voss water does taste like it fell off a glacier, it's mostly just water. So in terms of a unique stop around the world, I'm gonna give Norway, I should also mention, the internet is at disagreement of what the national animal of Norway is. However, my understanding is that the public opinion, not formed by the nation at all, is that it's either the moose or the elk. The internet also couldn't tell me that. They said the moose, but then they said that the public calls the moose an elk, and the photo didn't look like a moose. So anyway, I'm gonna give this 3 out of 10 moose or elk.
Milk. And I have picked up the Farmhouse Ale. It doesn't taste particularly like a farmhouse. Pretty hoppy. I think it's closer to an IPA, but it doesn't have a lot of that punch from the alcohol. But yeah, this is a nice little refreshing beer. If you are a fan of lighter beers, then I'm going to go ahead and say maybe get the Pilsner. This is heavier and more hoppy. I love hoppier beer, so this is right up my alley. Now, fun fact about Norway. Its national liquor is akavit, and the main ingredient in that is potato. So I'll be using the potato, the humble potato, as the device through which I rate the food and beverage here in Norway. And for this beverage, which is kind of an IPA, kind of not, I'm going to give it a 6.5 out of 10 potatoes. But it should be known about akavit. The European Union says that it can only be called Norwegian akavit if that is using 95% of Norwegian potatoes grown in Norway. So the more you know.
Next up on our journey is, in fact, China. Now in China, you have a few different options. The most maybe convenient if you're staying on the main walkway is the Joy of Tea stand that is right on the circle around the world. Here they have special tea featured cocktails. You also do have a quick service location deeper in the China Pavilion, the Lotus Blossom. And sometimes in these countries, there are beers or drinks that are in the gift shop, so a hot tip for you. So we're gonna check out what all of the options are throughout the China Pavilion and make some selections.
Here we are, dear friends, dear ma'am fam, at the very back of the China Pavilion at EPCOT, and there are no tables available, so you know what time it is. It is trash can table time. It's trash can table time. Ba-ba-da.
Ni hao.
We settled on going to the House of Good Fortune merchandise location to pick up our beverages, where Max picked up some citrus tea, Molly a 1-ounce pour of Baijiu, and I the Tsingtao beer. A 130-year-old beer, I was informed by the cast member here. The best beer in China. All right, I'm going to have the, as I mentioned before, Tsingtao beer. I think the closest point of comparison, and even then it's not a direct one-to-one, a little bit like a Heineken in flavor. You're getting a lot of the malt and the barley, some light caramel flavor. It's a very good light beer that tastes like beer. And for 130 years strong, I can see why it's maintained. Now, as far as what I'm going to use to rate the food and beverage here in China, I am going to tell you the story of Baijiu, which is the beverage that Molly's going to drink. It is the national beverage of China, and it is made with a malted sorghum, which is a like malted wheat or a steamed rice. So let's use malted wheat. I'm going to give this 7 out of 10 of malted wheat, simply because of the 130-year history.
As Alan already pointed out, I'm drinking Baijiu, and that's because this, besides some of the beers, feels like the only authentically Chinese thing, and I am trying to drink something actually found in these countries. Out of the Joy of Tea, they do have a nice coffee-based cocktail with bourbon called the Tipsy Ducks in Love, but also it has cream in it, which feels like a very bad idea for our today's agenda, and it sounds in no way Chinese. So I went with a little Baijiu. Cheers. Okay, here's the thing. I was warned by the cast member and Alan about how strong this would be, and it is. They were correct. Alan told us in his research that this is similar to soju, which is a Korean liquor, and this is stronger than that. I've had that as well. It tastes on the front end very like floral, fruity, but on the back end, it tastes like going to the horse stable when I was a kid smelled. So knowing it's made of wheat does not surprise me. It tastes like hay. This is not for me, but it wasn't that expensive. And if you're looking for bang for your buck while drinking around the world, I feel like this is it. So I'm gonna give it 4 out of 10 cons, which is the horse in Mulan, because that feels fitting.
And I got this is jasmine tea. It is a citrus jasmine tea. And I will say the cast member specifically pointed this out. If you're looking for a non-alcoholic beverage that isn't water or a soda when you're in China, most of the options are gonna be tea. They have a variety both at the stand, the Joy of Tea stand, as well as here in the House of Good Fortune. So I went for this one. Now, fully admit, I'm not a tea drinker, but for the adventure, I'm gonna give it a go, and then I'll have an actual tea drinker give you a rating as well.
I think he likes it.
You know, listen, even as not a tea drinker, much like the beverage that I had in Mexico, the tea is not super strong. I find myself, because I don't like tea, I'm very sensitive to that tea taste. This is mostly very citrusy. There's a little bit of tea on the back end, but that's lovely, honestly.
Oh yeah. It's so light.
It's so
that's
good.
So light.
Yeah. And, you know, it's not a mocktail. It is just a bottled beverage. So, but it is more unique than, frankly, a Voss water. And so I'm going to give this somewhere between, I'm going to give this a 7 out of 10 national animals of China, which is the giant panda.
That's the cutest
The
animal we've had
cutest
so far.
one so far.
Willkommen, Germany. We've made it to our next country. And of course, in Germany, we are looking for beer, which you may be too, and never fear, Mam Fam. There is not one beer cart. There's not 2 beer carts, but there are 3 beer carts that you can go to all right here in the Germany Pavilion. You've got the one right here on the water. You've got the one over here to the right, or you've got Summerfest in the back, which is where we are headed because 1, you can mobile order there. 2, you can get a bratwurst there. And 3, most importantly to me right now, you can get the iconic pretzel bread pudding. All of them, for the most part, serve the same beers, though, so it's just about choosing whichever one is the most convenient, which, again, it's the one with mobile order. Now, I will say, if you do not want beer, there is the wine cellar as well, where you can get a variety of German wines as well as some other items. But I feel like Germany, you gotta go beer. Okay, we have scoured the entire country of Germany to come together for this little situation. For starters, from the Summerfest with the mobile order, we got the pretzel bread pudding, an iconic dessert, so tasty. And Alan also picked up a Beck's. It was pudding in this mobile order that I realized they have changed up what beers are available at the beer carts in Summerfest. And I wanted a wheat beer, which I found here in the wine cellar. So this is one of 3 wheat beers, and this is the one the cast member recommended. And then Max picked up from the beer cart on the right of the pavilion a frozen Coca-Cola, which sounds very German. Prost. That is delicious. Now, I love a wheat beer because they are fruity. It's a little banana-y. They're a little bit lighter than like an IPA. They're not super hoppy, but they are also heavier than like a Pilsner or a lager or a lot of ales. So this isn't something I could drink a lot of when drinking around the world. But for this smaller pour, it's very tasty. And again, it is an imported German beer that the cast member recommended, so I'm never going to be mad about that. I'm going to give this 7.8 dopies because dopey and so does this beer. And also, this pretzel bread pudding is made out of the giant German pretzels, but then it's got a vanilla and caramel sauce on top. Little sweet, little salty. It's one of my favorite desserts in World Showcase. Highly recommend.
Now I shall be enjoying a Beck's. That is a very traditional lager beer, which is what Germany is known for. It has a very clear malty, almost caramelly flavor. It's light and refreshing. And for rating the food and drink of Germany, I'm going to be using the unique bottom fermenting yeast as the rating mechanism because lager beers, lager comes from a German word that means storage. These are often beers that were stored in cool, very cool, dry, cold places underground, and they were stored after they were fermented, which is how they got their name. And they are known for their bottom fermenting yeast that is unique to the lager beer. So I'm going to rate this This is an above average beer, and Germans have really, wow, it's raining. Germans have really mastered this beer making style. I'm gonna give it an 8.
And I will be enjoying the distinctly German beverage of the frozen Coca-Cola slushy. Wow. What a distinctly German taste. Listen, there's not a specific German non-alcoholic option for you here when you are drinking around the world. The most unique thing to what I've had so far was a frozen slushy, but it's a frozen slushy. It's not distinctly German. But you know what? I love Coca-Cola. On a hot floor today, I don't mind a frozen version of it. It does feel like a race against time. For this, I am ranking it against the uniqueness of this beverage, since this is a journey around the world. The national animal of Germany, the internet has led me to believe, is called the Bundesadler, which is maybe a mythical federal heraldic eagle that is featured on the German crest. And so I'm going to give it 2 Bundesadlers out of 10, mostly just because of it's not very unique.
Max,
Yeah.
here's my question to you then.
I'm ready.
If you were a dwarf, which one would you be?
Oh, I'd be sleepy, because I'm always sleepy.
That's like I'd be bashful, because I'm always bashful.
And I'm Doc, because I'm Doc. We would be remiss, as we pass from Germany into Italy, to not acknowledge the miniature train and the denizens of this town, many of whom have fallen down in the past, and we have surmised that they have over-imbibed. However, as it is not a festival, and they do not have the festival banners hanging upon their light posts of this small town, I'm not seeing anyone who has currently inebriated in public and has fallen over.
Even the doctor is outside greeting people.
Oh my gosh, the doctor is outside. He has oh wow. I mean, sadly, the door to town hall has swung wide open. They're just letting anybody inside.
Really, the thing to be worried about is the kaiju monster that's on top of the roof of this town.
Oh my gosh.
A giant lizard threatens the poor denizens of this German town.
I wonder what the Italian version of Godzilla is, because it's that.
Yeah.
It is an
Jurassic World Rebirth.
Oh, no, this is
You know what? This is better.
better than
This is
Jurassic
better
World
than
Rebirth.
Jurassic World Rebirth.
Dear viewer, at this point you are now getting our live review of Jurassic World Rebirth, which was subpar.
This is
Watching this German town with stagnant characters
yeah.
is better.
This has more intensity and action.
More plot development.
Yeah, I care more about these very one-dimensional characters.
And you know what?
They're factually three-dimensional.
And you know what? That lizard hurts my eyes less than the D-Rex.
Oh man, I hated the D-Rex.
He did have a very bulbous nose. And from our tiny stint at the tiny train station, we have made our way into Italy. Now here you have the gelateria, which I'm not sure you can get alcohol there, but you can get tasty gelato. You have the wine cellar and this wine cart on the outside when it is open and not recently rainy as it has been for us. Inside of the pavilion for food, you have the pizza window if you'd like to grab a slice of pizza. And then you have the bar Tutto Gusto. A sit-down option, of course, you have Tutto Italia or Via Napoli, and then, of course, Max has joined the fray, leaping with great joy through the screen. I've just gotten an update from Molly. There she is. She's not leaping nearly as magnificently as Max did through the screen. Okay, that's sort of half.
What? And you know falling down is one of my fears.
I do know that. Okay. I have learned from her that the gelateria offers beer, wine, cocktails, and cocktails featuring limoncello, which you might be saying, isn't that just a cocktail? And I'm saying, no, it's featuring something that is distinctly Italian, limoncello. Notably missing from the Italy Pavilion right now is the donkey. The burro is missing. This makes me sad. He was a good friend of mine. He has been replaced by foliage.
He was super expensive. He was shipped from Italy. I hope he's okay.
I do too. Pour one out for the donkey, who's no longer here.
Gosh, Minnie, you've always been a princess to
Every
me.
day is the best day of my life with you, Minnie.
Every day with you is the best day. Oh, Mickey.
Okay, so, from Italy,
I'll accept your challenge, Hook. Is that a ticking? It better not be your old friend the crocodile.
It's just a clock.
Any dream is possible. Wishes to come true. We can reach the stars if you just believe. Ba-da-da-da-da-da. So many arm bursts.
So many.
That whole final sequence is just,
It's just-
dream a dream, a fantastical dream, a magical wish is waiting for dream of me. For the stars, wherever you are, wish on a star. God, I missed that. That was the best castle show. Do we all agree that was the best castle show?
Bam. Take your dreams with you.
Wherever you might go, and find a dream inside. Firework. Yeah, firework.
You,
Ding,
boom.
ding.
Boom.
Double arm burst. That was my favorite castle show ever, except for Hocus Pocus.
Sure. Hobo is so good.
Yeah, what do you think?
I
know
think
you watched them all on stream.
I did tier list them. I
Yeah.
think that Hobo and Mix and Mingle are the best castle shows.
Is Mix and Mingle the sexy
sexy
one?
one,
Where
yeah.
someone licked Captain
Yeah.
Hook's hook?
It does help it that it's only 8 minutes long. I think it's like hot.
Yeah,
You know,
you're
burns
in,
hot and
you're
it's
in.
out fast, right?
I thought you were going to say hot and bothered.
It kind of is.
It is a little hot.
It's
Oh,
sexy.
so I put the castle, the Halloween, Hopo and Mix and Mingle S. I think Dream Along is S.
Yeah.
And I will say this, maybe a hot take. You may disagree with me. I think that Christmas show that's got Clarabelle Cow in it
Listen,
is
Mariah
also-
Dairy.
is also an S tier
Mariah
show.
Dairy is very good, but you know what I hate? The idea that Mickey and Minnie are texting.
I also hate it,
I hate
but
that
it
part.
makes it so crazy that I think it's kind of good.
I do like when those little idiots, Chip and Dale, come out to go, jingle bell, jingle bell.
Yeah.
What's your favorite castle show?
I like Dream Along.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
sure.
the best.
Yeah, I mean, that's
it's the
correct,
best.
Molly picked up an Aperol Spritz. I got a glass of Prosecco. And Max, more the San Pellegrino. It's an Italian orange soda.
Aranciata. Aranciata.
Cheers.
It's nice. It is. It doesn't taste like artificial orange, which is nice. It tastes like orange juice in a sparkling soda, which is lovely. I'm gonna give this the national animal of Italy, by the way, is the Italian wolf because of its role in Italian history. You may know about the story of Romulus and Remus, the founders of Rome. So the Italian wolf. I'm gonna guess. You know, it is an Italian sparkling beverage. I
Wait.
like it a lot.
Is Remus, does that mean wolf?
Does Remus mean
In
wolf?
Latin.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah.
Is that why Remus Lupin, the werewolf from Harry Potter's named
Molly, his
Remus?
name is Wolf Wolf.
Yeah.
His name is just Wolf Wolf.
Yeah.
Wait, you didn't know that?
Is Lupin wolf in Latin?
A few moments later.
Remus means twin.
Yeah. Romulus and Remus
and
are
Remus,
twins.
but it has to do with wolves. So it makes sense that the werewolf character would be named after one of the twins
Yeah.
in the wolf story.
Yeah.
All right.
Also, twin wolf, real wolf in life, like outside of being a wolf. You're living two lives. It's a layered name.
You're living. Wow. Lupinus means belonging to a wolf or wolf.
Yeah.
Like.
Yeah.
So wow. Wow.
We're learning things.
Wow. Okay.
Anyway, this is lovely. It is, you know, you could get a San Pellegrino outside of the Italian Pavilion, but for a unique beverage that is an Italian soda, not a fake orange taste.
Or a
I find
Coke.
this, or a Coke, which is what I just had in Germany. I find this to be lovely. I'm going to give this, I think my highest so far is an 8. I'm not going to give it quite as high as that actually crafted mocktail. I'm going to give it a 7.5 Italian Wolves.
And I, as stated, got an Aperol Spritz. I had to go into the Tutto Gusto wine cellar there to get this. So this is Aperol, which is an Italian aperitif, as well as Prosecco, which is the Italian version of sparkling wine, and a little bit of soda water. This is one of my favorite cocktails. It's wonderful on a summer day, but it can get too sweet because some people throw in like this or something else. This is very classically made. It's mostly Prosecco, which I prefer, but you still get that bitterness from the Aperol. This is a Honestly, excellent Aperol Spritz. And for someone who normally drinks beer when they're walking around World Showcase, with the Mexico exception, this is fantastic and one of the best cocktails I've had in the park. So I'm gonna give this 10 out of 10 Pinocchios.
Oh.
This is, well, although Pinocchio is kind of a nightmare.
True.
You know what?
That's correct.
10 out of 10 blue fairies, because this is a dream come true.
I've decided to go with Prosecco. And what is there to say about the Italian sparkling wine other than that it is light, crisp, and a little citrusy? Just a good sipping beverage. I'm here to tell you that my rating is going to be based off of the Italian liqueur, that is the national liqueur, Campari. Now, Campari itself, the aperitif, the liqueur, has been around since the late 1800s when it was created by Mr. Campari. That is quite literally who it was made by, a gentleman by the name of Campari. It is a mixture of herbs that have all been boiled together with alcohol. One of the herbs is known as chinotto, which is a myrtle-leafed orange tree, is the actual leaf and the orange zest from that coming in to create this bitter aperitif. So I am going to use chinotto as the ingredient, and for my Italian friends who are viewing, I deeply apologize for my butchering of the pronunciation of that. I'm going to give this Prosecco and the food and drink offered here in the Italy Pavilion an 8.5 out of 10 chinottos. Authentic, nice, light, crisp, and just a great refreshing spot to hang out.
We also just noticed the Italy pizza window has opened, so we are having our next feeding. This is from Pizza Al Taglio, which is right outside Via Napoli, although this pizza is a little bit different than you're gonna find inside. They've only got two kinds. They have what they're calling a margherita, which is a cheese pizza, as well as a pepperoni, and these are each one slice. So, pretty good. Where do you even go for this? Jeez. It's almost like focaccia bread with pizza toppings on it. It's delicious.
So good. Made it to the midpoint of the world, being sung in by the sounds of command performance at the American Gardens Theater. Welcome to America, everyone. I know you thought you were here the whole time, but no, only now are you cresting into the country. You have a few different options when finding a drink in America. You can go to the Fife and Drum, which is the stand outside the Regal Eagle Smokehouse. There's also a walk-up bar at the Regal Eagle Smokehouse on the outside of it. And then on the opposite side, toward Japan, you have the Block and Hans. So let's see what drinks we settle on as we step foot into America.
Hey, this is a good song.
It's a great song.
It's the Beatles, right?
100%.
They're now I'm not a music major, you are a music major, but I'm pretty sure they're British.
Well, they did invade America. The British invasion.
Is that why they can?
Yeah, they've invaded the American Pavilion. No, it's very strange. I don't know why the Beatles they're being played right now in America, but
I'm
you know what?
enjoying
It does make my day better.
They're good.
Yeah.
They're good.
Now, while there are a few different options of where to get your beverages here in the American Adventure, we all opted for the walk-up bar at the Regal Eagle Smokehouse. And here are our three drinks. Starting on the left, Molly went for the frozen mint julep. Now this is made with Old Forester Kentucky straight bourbon, citrus, and mint, and it is a frozen beverage. In the middle, Alan went with my home state classic, the Tennessee Lemonade, made with Jack Daniel's Tennessee whiskey and some Minute Maid premium lemonade and some peach. And finally, I got a non-alcoholic specialty, a mocktail of the Berry Sparkler. This is made with white grape juice, strawberry, peach, blackberry, and soda water.
Hold on. I had to run away real quick because while I'm all about saving the turtles and using non-plastic straws, paper straws, which is what they have in the American Adventure Pavilion, are not going to stand up to a frozen beverage. Where I went was Joffrey's right here because they also have straws that are fine for the environment, but they are made out of something else and they're stronger, so they're going to hold up to my frozen beverage. I do recommend bringing a reusable like metal straw if you're going to drink a bunch of frozen stuff when you're in Walt Disney World.
Seconded. Oh.
Cheers. To America. Well, that's nice.
Is it?
Yeah, it's quite delicious. Now, oftentimes frozen beverages are too sweet for me as someone who does not like sweet drinks. And this one has a little bit of sweetness because of the fruit, but it's mostly refreshing because of the mint, and you can taste that bourbon come through. So if you, like me, are not a sweet drink girly, but you want something to cool you down in the hot Florida sun, this is a great option. Also, this is what they drink at the Kentucky Derby?
Yeah, it's considered the drink of the Kentucky Derby, and every year millions are sold.
It's on my bucket list to go to the Kentucky Derby.
Just for the hats.
I would love a giant hat. I am gonna give this 8.7 out of 10 Sam Eagles, because what other character would I use to rate in the American Adventure?
I picked up, as Max mentioned, the Tennessee Lemonade. And upon first sample, what I'll say is you don't really taste a lot of the whiskey, and it cuts through a lot of the sweetness that would come from the Minute Maid lemonade. So if you don't like a sweet lemonade, but you want something that is citrusy and refreshing, this is a good drink to pick up. Fun fact about whiskey, specifically bourbon, which is unique to the United States, and in fact is the national liquor of the United States.
Wow, I'm more American than I thought.
It is specifically a bourbon whiskey, must be at least 51% corn. So we're going to talk about corn as the ingredient that I'm using to rate the Morocco Pavilion.
My Iowa family will be so proud.
I'm so glad to hear that. It also must be aged in new oak casks, this whiskey, in order to be called bourbon in Kentucky, specifically. I'm going to say the Morocco Pavilion, with this drink that is very refreshing, more so than I thought it would be, I'm going to give this, similarly, an 8.2 out of 10 corn cobs.
Very good.
And I am, as mentioned, drinking the Berry Sparkler. Now, I'm going to mix this up, but it did have a distinct red, white, and blue appearance on pour, which I appreciate a little bit of whimsy in this beverage. Now, earlier I said, well, you know what? It's not as sweet as I thought it was going to be. Earlier I said that mocktails usually fall in one or two categories. One is I'm trying to taste like alcohol, which is what the Mexico Pavilion's drink was, the Piña Puri. And then the other one is I'm just fruit juice, but I'm sold at a bar. This is I'm just fruit juice, but I'm sold at a bar. But you know what? It is colorful, and it's all just fruit juice. I really thought this was going to be much sweeter than it is, but they didn't hit it with, often you get hit with like grenadine in a mocktail, and it's so sweet, it's like sickly sweet. This is just fruit juice. And so if you prefer a nice specialty beverage, you want something themed and fun when you're coming, but you don't like the taste of alcohol, I do think that this is in that category of mocktail you're probably looking for. I am in that place. I prefer not the taste of alcohol, and so I'm going to give this an 8.5 of America's national animal. Should be no surprise to you, the bald eagle.
I have a bald eagle story I must share. I was here one time. Have I told you this? I probably told you this.
Yep.
I was drinking around the world with some friends during my professional internship. So I was much younger. I was more than 10 years younger than this. And I kid you not, a bald eagle landed on the top of the American flag right here at the American Adventure Pavilion. And my friends and I, they had come in, they were my Clemson friends, they had come to visit just for this weekend. We were drinking around the world, and we were all like, holy
Cow.
Thank you. I cannot believe this is happening right now. I called my mom to tell her about it, and she was like, hey, drink a water, because that's insane. And that didn't happen, and she was worried that her child was just like, having too much fun at EPCOT, but I took pictures of it on my camera phone, and I texted them to her. And I still have those pictures, and we'll show them right now to prove that this really happened. And that is the most pride I've ever felt in this country.
On your what camera phone?
You heard me. Maybe it was my Nokia. I was zooming in. The millennials get me that used to go out at night. You'd bring out your, you'd bring out your digital camera, and every single night you went out had a full album, and you would put them all on Facebook for some reason. Anyone? Anyone?
It's a point that I'd like to remind you all that while we are not advertised as a family-oriented channel, we do make great content for everybody.
Hey, this is a drinking around the world video,
Yeah.
okay? You should have known on the face of it that this is all... not geared at children.
Okay, but what did you name the Facebook album that you uploaded all the photos into?
That's a good question.
Probably.
Brought to you courtesy.
I think it was America Spread Your Golden.
Sure,
Yeah.
of course,
Yeah.
of course.
How could it not be?
Yeah. All that to say, this drink is a salute to all nations, but mostly America.
Indubitably.
Oh, rip. Gone too soon. Konnichiwa, we have made it to Japan, where the places we could get something to drink start right here as soon as you enter with the Kabuki Cafe. They've got a couple of beers as well as some sodas. They also have kakigori, which is Japanese shaved ice. It is delicious, highly recommend, as well as some sushi. Moving our way further into the pavilion. Oh my God, the Japanese drummers, I love them so much. As far as quick service goes, you could go to the Garden House, which is the sake walk-up little stand in the middle of the pavilion. There's also a few drinks at their quick service restaurant called the Katsura Grill. They of course have a few sit-down restaurants, and then you could get some things including non-alcoholic drinks and some snacks inside Mitsukoshi, which is the large merchandise location. So we're all gonna go find something we wanna enjoy, and we'll see in a moment. I decided to go to the Kabuki Cafe. This is a frozen Kirin. A Kirin is a very common, just kind of classic beer in Japan, but they do freeze one. But because alcohol can't freeze, it can't freeze all the way. So what happens is you still have just a very cold Kirin at the bottom and then slightly frozen foam on the top. Yeah, that just tastes like a really cold beer. And it's a beer that tastes like beer. It's a little icy in here, so it's kind of hard to drink actually. I like this in concept more than I like it in practice, because it's not the easiest thing to consume, but I do like that it keeps the beer colder longer. So as far as Japanese characters go, I'm gonna customize this one after my girl Shelly May, but I'm gonna give it a 6 out of 10 Shelly Mays because it's not the easiest thing to consume.
Hello, I picked up sake, cold sake specifically from Garden House. You can get cold or hot sake. The cold sake is ozeki. Sake is it's called a rice wine, although its fermentation process is a little bit more in line with beer, which is why I'm going to be rating the food and drink here in Japan off of rice. But first, a sip of the sake. I find sake to be so palatable, and I understand that it is very hit or miss for some people because it is very light. It's almost like sipping on a cloud. That's what I would compare it to, like a rose-flavored cloud. And that can change depending on what type of sake you're drinking. But for this one in particular, like a little bit of a rose-flavored cloud. It's just so very light. And I really do enjoy it. So this, and the fact that there are so many traditional foods and drinks in the Japan Pavilion here at EPCOT. So I'm going to give this a 9.5 grains of rice. One, because personal bias, I love sake. And two, I mean, the views, unmatched.
I did go into Mitsukoshi, which is the merchandise location here in Japan. And while there is a ton of Japanese merchandise, anime characters, video game characters, in the back is a large snack section, which does include drinks. And this is ramune. Ramune is a Japanese carbonated water soda flavored. They actually had a selection of different flavors, peach, melon, but those were mostly in glass bottles, and they do ask you to not partake in those in the theme park. So they had a refrigerated section. They had the original, actually it says lemonade on it. This is the lemonade ramune in a plastic bottle, so I can partake in this. Ramune is unique because there's a little marble in the top, and you are meant to push it down in there. And the reason for that is that when you tip the glass up upside down, the marble will go into the lid, keeping any from coming out the top. As you can see, totally upside down. Don't test it too much, but you can see the marbles in there. Ramune is a very distinct flavor. We've had ramune in Japan as well, so I think this is, it's just awesome that there's so many Japanese snacks. I got this every burger for us to try.
Yes.
It's chocolate cookies that look like cheeseburgers.
Yes, please.
And so we can try that in just a moment, but these are just a representation of the Japanese snacks. If you're not partaking, I do think that Japan, unlike a lot of pavilions, has a lot of different Japanese non-alcoholic, not a mocktail necessarily, but a plethora of Japanese sodas or drinks for you to try. It's great actually if you want something that feels authentically Japanese. And so for that reason, I'm gonna give this 9 green pheasants. Now Japan doesn't have a designated national animal, but the green pheasant is widely recognized as the national bird. So we're halfway there.
Oh, they're
Look how
so
silly
cute.
they look. They look like they've got little sesame seed toppings
These are
there.
adorable.
There's a cheese
There's a
layer.
little cheese layer in there. Think. Oh, that's lovely.
It tastes like a Yum Yum Panda, but different shape. Japan,
I don't know.
classic. You know what I wish they sold in there?
What's that? Your water?
2 things. Suntory Highball cans
Sure.
and the best sparkling water on the planet. Wilkinson Lemon.
They had Kirin. They had Kirin lemon water, but they didn't have Wilkinson. I did look.
I'm gonna make a stop.
You might have to go get it.
Yeah. Whimsically
Yeah,
delicious.
9.5 is just the
Yeah.
right rating.
Japan gets it.
Salam and welcome to the Morocco Pavilion. Now, if you are looking for a quick bite to eat or a quick drink to grab, there are a couple of options here. You have Tangerine Cafe, where you can grab some cider. Back in the back of the Morocco Pavilion itself, there is a walk-up bar where you can grab some sangria. If you are looking for a quick Moroccan pastry or beverage, either alcoholic or not, you have Oasis Sips and Sweets. And finally, you have Spice Road Table. Now, there is a spot where you can sit down and grab a bite to eat off of their small plates and also pick up a beverage off that menu, but there is also a walk-up full-service bar, which is one of the few full-service bars across World Showcase. All right, we have picked up our beverages. Max has gone to Oasis Sips and Sweets and gotten the pomegranate citrus slush. Molly and I went to the Spice Road Table walk-up bar. Molly picked up the ice mint tea. Now, rather than having that made with gin, she had it made with the cucumber mint vodka. I picked up the Moroccan Mule. This is made with fig vodka, ginger beer, agave, and lime.
Cheers.
Now, as Alan said, I've got the citrus pomegranate slush. You can actually get this with vodka in it, but I got it non-alcoholic. And so, let's go to taste. That's good. Wow, it's got some tartness to it. Very fruity, very flavorful, sweet, but with a little bit of tartness on the back. I mean, certainly refreshing on a hot day. Doesn't feel as maybe unique as the ramen I just had in Japan, but I think it's delightful and certainly better than getting a water or a Coca-Cola. I'm gonna say the national animal of Morocco, everyone, is the lion. And so I'm gonna be giving this 7.5 lions out of 10.
I think I'm surprised it's a lion. I don't think of lions in Morocco, but it is an African country, so okay. I like that. The mint tea, which Alan told me from his research, is the national beverage of Morocco, but not the national liquor. Is that right? I'm getting a nod behind the camera, so he'll tell you what that is in a second, but this is still very Moroccan. And cheers. Well, that's just darn delightful. You can get the Moroccan mint tea hot. You can get it iced. You can get it iced with alcohol. I'm pretty sure if you wanted to, they could put alcohol in the hot one too. There's also a frozen version where Max got his drink. I highly recommend this beverage. It is a little bit sweet, but it's very refreshing and minty. That said, I don't like it quite as much as I liked the one in America, which is also minty. So I'm gonna give this 7 out of 10 Abus. And I do want it clear, I understand that Abu is from Agrabah, which is a fictional country, but it is most similar to Morocco, and also Morocco is where they have meet and greets with the Aladdin characters, so just kind of following Disney's lead on that one.
All right, cheers. That's fascinating. You know, on first taste, it is identical to a Moscow Mule, which is a mule, same ingredients, so ginger beer, lime, and vodka. So I'm not tasting the fig that is coming through the fig vodka here, now I am. The mix really got that fig flavor coming forward, which is this almost, it's like a citrusy, it's like a citrus and a stone fruit had a baby. I really enjoy that. I gotta be honest, it's sweeter than what I would want coming from a beverage, especially when walking around in the heat in Florida. I think it's a one and done for me. But if you have shied away from mules in the past because they are too strong or even too like bitter and gingery, then I think this might be a really good alternative for you. And I want to bring to your attention the fig flavor because Mahia is the traditional liquor of Morocco. Now the ingredients utilized it is still Mahia. They are dates that are originally used to create this brandy. So I'm going to use the date as my rating mechanism here for the Morocco Mule. I'm going to give this a 5.5 dates out of 10. And that's personal preference. It's sweeter than I would like. But I do like that they are using a fig vodka. Oftentimes Mahia would be served with a sort of fig infusion, so that's the tie-in there. And I learned when talking to the bartender at Spice Road Table that Mahia is no longer imported into this restaurant, which is a big bummer. It is a post-COVID change, and I'm kind of sad that I missed out on trying it while it was here. Anyway, if you like mules.
Get it, 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 get it.
Okay, are we recording?
Yeah, we've been recording.
Okay, we are headed to France, but I've made up a little game we have to play first.
Okay.
Because there are so many Disney movies that take place in France,
Sure.
we're gonna play a round of charades, but you have to be a Disney animated character from a French location.
Oh.
There's a lot on the table. Are you ready?
I'm ready. I'm locked in. I'm always up first, ready to guess.
You're a cat.
Marie.
Yes, because I'm a lady, that's why.
I'm gonna need a full body.
Oh, looking at a shoe.
Cinderella.
Cinderella, yes. I am similarly going to need a full
We're gonna need to back up a lot.
We gotta
Alan's
back up,
very
we gotta back
tall.
up. Alan has requested a full body.
Quasimodo.
Quasimodo.
Now, here is the riddle to guess if you can in the bells of Notre Dame.
Bonjour and welcome to France. As we near the end of this venture around the world, there are many shops where we could find a beverage here in France. First, there is Le Vin de Chef de France, which is right by the water and across from Le Chef de France. You also have the wine shop in the pavilion. There is the ice cream shop where you can get boozy ice cream options. Léal, the bakery, or by Remy's Ratatouille Adventure, there's the crepe stand that also offers some ciders and things of the like. So we have many options to explore here. What will we get? We'll find out today on this episode of
Oh mon dieu.
Drinking Around the World.
I have picked up one of the most famous drinks when it comes to drinking around the world, the slushy beverages from France. So over at the cart near the water, they do the lemon version, which I have here, which is made with Grey Goose Citron, vodka, and lemonade. I think it's two different vodkas because Grey Goose Citron would also be vodka. There's also an orange version made with Grand Marnier. Cheers. I mean, yeah, it's delicious. It tastes like a frozen lemonade, but boozy. So it's very refreshing on a hot day. I like this one more than the orange because the orange is too sweet for me. This one is tart. This is still honestly not what I would actually pick in France, but I felt it was important to show when drinking around the world because it's so iconic to EPCOT. Personally, I would go for something more like what Alan has, but they also make a special one of these at pretty much every festival. The France booth will have some kind of frozen beverage, so it's kind of synonymous with France EPCOT, not actual France, because not one time in Paris did I see them serving boozy slushes. Did anyone else?
No.
So because of that, I would give this I'm going to give it a 5 out of 10 Toulouses.
Toulouse.
Yeah, one of the underrated Aristocat kittens, because it's very, very good, don't get me wrong, but it's also not French, really. Also, Max kindly picked up my favorite snack in France for me while he was in Lyon, which is the ham and cheese croissant that's got a little bechamel sauce on it. I get this all the time. It is phenomenal. House-made croissant, ham and cheese. This gets a 10 out of 10 Jolly the Goat from Hunchback.
A goat.
You know, not a lot of non-alcoholic options here in France. You could partake in all of your normal soft drink options, of course, but I wanted something distinctly French, and so I went with Perrier, the sparkling beverage of choice here in EPCOT's France. We also got Evian water. I'll be trying Perrier, which I've had before. But, you know, this is the reality of sometimes trying to drink something festive around the world.
Simultaneous sampling. Evian.
That is, in fact, sparkling water. You know, this is sort of like the Voss situation in Norway, which was how nice it was I got something authentically from that country, but boy, do I wish it was actually, you know, sort of more of a fun beverage. So I am going to, unfortunately, tank its rating for that a little bit. I'm going to give this... the national animal of France.
I'm so intrigued. Is it
Are
a goat?
You know, it's not. It's not Jolly the Goat. It's a
Is it the
rooster.
kittens?
It's a rooster.
A rooster.
Chanticleer.
Yes, it's a rooster. The national animal of France is a rooster, and so I'm going to give this 3 roosters out of 10.
Rockadoo.
Stay hydrated, folks.
Friends, I wanted champagne. So I went to the House of Wine at the rear of France next to Lyon. And before me, somebody ordered a small glass of champagne. And it was, as advertised, a small glass of champagne. So I thought to myself, I think I might want a bigger glass. So when I asked for my Veuve Clicquot Brut, which is what I ordered, they said small or large. And I said large, anticipating, you know, a flute. Because the other one was quite small, not a full flute, baby flute. Instead, this is what was poured for me. And I had so much social anxiety, I couldn't ask them to stop and put it back
What are
in
you
the
going to tell them
bottle.
to put it back in the booth?
Absolutely not. You can't tell them to put it back in the bottle. There's no use crying over poured champagne. So that's a phrase everybody says, not just me right now.
Pretty good.
Really end him with a bang.
Yeah.
Pretty good.
So this is what I got. And, you know, cheers. Oh,
At least Boob is good.
I picked this. Oh, it's so good. I picked this because I had the opportunity to go to the Veuve Clicquot House of Champagne during our time in France when we were there. And this is very tasty, the classic Brut. Tastes exactly like you would anticipate a Veuve champagne to taste. So very rounded, little fruity, little honey on the very rear of the tasting notes. But I'm here to tell you that if you were thinking that champagne is the national drink of France, you would be wrong.
I'm shocked.
And I was similarly shocked. It's called pastis, which is an aperitif, and it is sort of like this mixed aperitif, but it has this deep anise flavor because it came to popularity after the banning of absinthe. Because of the wormwood presence in absinthe. And it was like, well, wormwood has hallucinogenic properties. That's simply not the case.
Too far.
The problem is wormwood in large concentrations can become quite toxic. So it's not hallucinogenic, it is quite toxic.
You're literally dying.
You're
dying.
frankly poisoning yourself in high concentrations.
And I'm not poisoning myself drinking alcohol.
So instead they moved to use star anise, which has the same sort of licorice, the black licorice flavor that is so unique to absinthe today, and also unique to pastis, the mixed aperitif. But I'm not going to use star anise because that's not spicy enough. We're going to use wormwood. Poison. And I'm going to give this, because I personally love Veuve Clicquot champagne, I'm going to give this 8 wormwood, 9, 10 wormwood, not at all being influenced by the outside viewer here. I'm going to give this 10 wormwood leaves. Yep, that's what we're going with. 10 wormwood tree leaves for France for the Veuve Clicquot. Also, they do have a really nice selection of not only French champagne, but also wines throughout the pavilion. So if you'd like to sample something or is there something you enjoy, look for it here.
We've made it to the UK, jolly good, and and it is jolly good.
In it.
In it, bruv.
Yeah, bruv.
This is like the only accent I could do and be kind of okay.
Yeah.
Not at the accent, for the record.
No. You're not good at the accent.
No. Just not offensive.
In it.
Because of,
Yeah.
you know. But
Stop, we're ahead.
are we ahead?
No.
In it.
No, in it, bruv. We know ahead, governor. We are going to play the same game because there are also so many Disney movies from the UK.
Sure.
So Charades Part 2.
Okay.
Can you see me?
Yep.
Yeah, sure can.
We can.
What about now?
Still can.
Yep.
No, but pretend you can't.
Oh, okay. Can't see her.
Where is Molly? Dormouse?
Yeah!
Oh, pretty good, Malls.
Mr. Toad! Jay Thaddeus!
the one.
Ironically, the one of us that could drive right now.
So true. And not go to hell.
yeah, hopefully. Buckets, he
We
says.
need preparation for this? Alex?
We're the graveyard of all of our
yeah,
stuff,
we gotta
yeah.
throw all of our stuff on the ground.
Throw it on the ground.
Throw it on the ground.
Okay.
Okay, he's all prepared. He's wound up.
He's
In his
ready.
30s, everybody.
What is he about to do? Oh,
Is he Bert?
There it is.
Easy Bert.
He's
He's
trying to get a
kicking it. He's
bell
heel
kick?
clicking.
Oh, yeah. Wow.
I'm glad that you're Bert and not Jack the Lamplighter, although both
sure.
have equally authentic British accents.
so true.
It's
so
Mary Poppins.
Well, thanks to that riveting game, you obviously know we've made it to the United Kingdom, bruv, where we have a couple of options. The Yorkshire County Fish Shop, where you can get delicious fish and chips, as well as a couple of beers. And pro tip, it is on mobile order, so if you're looking for a little pint or a bite, I recommend mobile ordering, especially on a busy day. But where we are headed is the Rose and Crown pub. It would not be the UK pavilion without a classic pub, and this is the Rose and Crown because when the Imagineers were deciding what to name it, they Googled the most popular names for British pubs, and they found that most of them had the words Rose and Crown, so they just threw them together. There's no seating inside of the Rose and Crown, but they do have a variety of British beers and pub blends, as well as it is another of the few full bars inside the World Showcase. We have picked up our bevies from the Rose and Crown. This one is mine right here. This is my tried and true, one of my favorite drinks in all of Walt Disney World, the Snake Bite, which is traditionally half Strongbow cider, half Harp lager, but I asked the bartender to go more lager than cider, about 80-20 if you want to ask for the same thing I do. This one is Allen's. This is a golden pub blend. That's 50% Harp lager and 50% an Irish red beer. And then for Max, there isn't anything listed for non-alcoholic drinks other than sodas, but I asked the bartender if she could do something more fun. She said, do you want something sweet juice-based or something ginger-based? And I said, ginger, please. And she made this concoction with black currant juice and ginger beer, so we'll see what it tastes like. It's just gosh darn delightful. Because I go less cider, it is less sweet, but the cider just crisps up and adds a little tartness to the beer, which is a very classic beer. This is probably the thing I've consumed the most in all of World Showcase. It is a tried and true favorite of mine, and so for that, I must give it 10 out of 10 bananas.
Hi, I'm Molly, and
That's our next game.
Huh?
When we go into Canada, we're going to do impressions of each other.
Great. No, we should do like a ride from Fantasyland.
Are there rides in Fantasyland? No, like the carousel.
They're there.
Well, just it's only turning red and Brother Bear. You can do one of those two things,
Yeah, or the Matterhorn.
or the Matterhorn.
It's in Fantasyland.
Oh, you know what? I was back to characters, but you're so
yeah.
right. You're so right. Okay. Homemade, unique concoction. It's got like Sonic Ice in there. You know, I do appreciate that sweet cast member making this up for me. How kind that she was willing to make me something festive. Let me give it a quick mix. Just give it its best shot here. I do appreciate the blackberry currant flavor. It is very ginger forward. So if you do not like ginger, this may not be the beverage for you. I don't mind it. It's a little bit more ginger forward than I would prefer, but it's enjoyable. And again, shout out to the cast member making something special for someone that doesn't partake in alcohol. That's very kind. Not particularly a unique beverage if you're looking for something from the UK, mate. But
That was so good.
Thank you.
That was
Thank
really
you.
good.
Yeah, bro. Thank you. But again.
Is it a fox?
Oh, the animal.
Is it a pheasant?
It's not. You're gonna like it. It's already been mentioned.
Is it a badger? Is it an
When
eagle?
did you mention a badger?
Is it an
I don't think she
eagle
processed
again?
that I said. No, I said you're gonna like it. It's already been mentioned.
A wolf?
It's a lion.
Ooh!
A lion again. The national animal of England is the lion. I'm gonna give this, because of the efforts of the cast member, I'm gonna give this 6.5 out of 10 lions.
Max, to round out your review, and Alan, before you do yours, I need you both to do your favorite football chant from your favorite football team. And we all know our favorite football team is Richmond. So,
Yeah, bro.
yeah, bro.
What's yours?
I don't remember a single one.
Oh, I've got him. He said,
Roy Kent.
That's a good one.
Oh,
I do like. That's my favorite.
But what about Sam Obisanya?
No, my favorite's Jamie Tart.
But not your favorite character, your favorite chant.
No. Baby Shark Jamie Tart is my favorite chant.
Agree. Yeah, it's very good. It's very good. Wait.
So much of this episode of Mammoth Club YouTube is gonna have to be bleeped. I ordered for the first time ever the Golden because I wanted to try something new. What better time to try something new than on a drink around the world? This is Harp mixed with an Irish red ale. This might be a new favorite. You need to be a beer lover to enjoy this. The Irish red ale is very rich in caramel forward, and the Harp is very light as a lager should be. And this helps offset one of the other to where the Harp is a little bit heavier than you would expect it to be, and the Irish red ale is not necessarily as much of a meal as it would be outside of this. Okay.
We all look cool now.
The national.
I want all of us to look cool.
Hey, you should know that the national liquor of the UK is gin. Now, there is some debate on the internet about if it is gin or not, because often the southern region of England, the UK, claims gin as its national liquor, while the north of England claims whiskey. For the sake of argument here, I'm just going to go with gin. So, Northern Englanders, I'm so sorry, but I do see you. And the reason I'm doing that is because juniper is a main ingredient in the distillation and flavoring of gin. Juniper being a very fragrant and floral addition to the spirit. With this, which is a surprise hit for me, I'm going to give it a 7 juniper berries out of 10.
While we enjoy our UK Pavilion beverages.
Run it again.
While we enjoy our UK Pavilion.
Run it again, boss.
UK Pavilion here at Walt Disney World's EPCOT Center.
Run it again. Run it again.
Please do an impression of one of us, and we'll guess which one it is. Is that me putting on lipstick?
That's pretty good.
Is that me putting on lipstick and asking you to check my teeth?
Is that your teeth?
Yes. Got it.
Someone called a veterinarian because these swans are sick, bro.
Is that also Molly?
What? It's just judging someone.
Do you know who lives over there?
Oh, Winnie the Pooh.
That real estate mogul, that monster, Winnie
He is
the
a
Pooh.
villain.
A
The
villain.
villain.
Name a more appropriate name than Pooh.
And now we are headed into our final country, Canada. And so to do so, I'm going to welcome us with an impression of Molly, doing an impression of Moira Rose from Schitt's Creek. Won't you join me in the place I currently am? EPCOT's Canada. Now, as far as picking up a beverage in Canada goes, you can go to this maple popcorn cart and pick up some delicious maple popcorn or a alcoholic beverage. You can head to the merch shop at the top of the pavilion, and there is a bar inside where you can pick up another alcoholic beverage from Canada.
Made it to Canada, eh?
The last stop.
All right.
Guys, can we just cheers real quick for making it to the last stop? That's a beverage.
My favorite.
Maple popcorn.
Molly and I got a Fin du Monde, which is an excellent beer here in Canada.
It's probably also a good beer in France.
It's from Quebec, which is why it's a French name. You know what? It's a good beer worldwide. It's just made in Canada.
Yeah.
In Quebec.
I know.
With the Quebecois.
Which is
I
why
quite
it's
enjoy it.
French.
They're gonna make it.
Oh mon dieu. Alan, what are you rating this beer? Is it whiskey? I'm trying to guess.
So, the national liquor of Canada
Whiskey.
is Canadian whiskey.
Nailed it.
The national drink of Canada
Maple
is...
syrup.
No. No, the national drink of Canada is the Caesar, which is
Oh, like the Bloody Mary thing?
effectively a Bloody Mary. The difference is that it is made with clam juice as well as tomato juice.
Yuck.
I've had one. Not for me, but you do you, Canada.
I'm so happy for those of you who enjoy having...
It's shocking that the national drink of Canada isn't just Tim Hortons coffee.
True.
Wasn't Tim Hortons bought by Burger King?
No idea, but when we went to Canada, like everyone said, you gotta go to Tim Ho's.
And we did.
And it was good. I liked a donut there because it's Fantasyland.
That's what people call it, Tim Ho's.
They really do.
Make it happen, Canada. You can do it.
You know, I'm going to pick the clam juice as my ingredient that I'm going to use to rate. Of all the ingredients that I could use in a Caesar.
Is that a bunny? Look all the way over there.
Oh, I see it.
Oh yeah, it's a rabbit.
That's a bunny.
That's a rabbit.
Aww.
For the Fin du Monde
Get
and
a video
to
of the
wrap.
bunny. No, keep going. I'm just trying to video the bunny.
Yeah, there it is.
It's definitely a bunny.
Cute.
Cutie.
Alan, keep talking.
You got it. For the Fin du Monde and for our final country on our Drink Around the World extravaganza, I'm going to give this 8 cans of clam juice.
Wow.
That's so much Clamato. Clamato or clam juice specifically?
No, it's just clam juice.
Just straight clam juice. So, as you already heard, you know what this is. Delicious in both French and Canada.
Yeah.
I mean, it is a heavier beer. It's a very hazy beer.
It is one of my favorite beers when drinking around the world, so I have no choice but to give it. I could only drink one because it is heavy and it is strong. So bang for your buck, very good. I can only possibly give it a 10 out of 10.
Wow.
Codas. The cute little bear from Brother Bear or Panda Maize. I was between the two.
I do notice that Kenai has not made it into the
If I
conversation.
hated this drink, it'd be Kenai because he's one of my least favorite characters.
Wow.
He's a monster.
There you go.
How
Now,
dare you?
Now, Max, I'm noticing your drink is more of a solid.
Yeah, there is no non-alcoholic specialty option, not even a Canadian water or soda for me to partake in.
We
So
even looked for a jar of maple syrup
I-
for Max
I-
to drink.
I-
Legitimately, we did.
I would have chugged it. I would have just done a big swig of maple
That is
syrup.
terrible
We
for your
tried.
blood sugar.
We
yeah,
tried.
Well, it's worth it for the content. But I unfortunately we couldn't get anything for you. So I have a Coke Zero. I am eating the maple popcorn, which is delightful, but not really much for a drink. It is a delightful snack, though. This is where I'm going to rate it in just a second, but this is where I'm going to just give you this little piece of advice as somebody that often, always partakes in non-alcoholics. It's lovely when your friends are wanting to celebrate something maybe they're going to a festive bar, that we have a non-alcoholic option. What a nice thing.
Yeah.
But also, if you just want a soda, boy, will you save some money not drinking the mocktail. Because that mocktail in Mexico was $14. And
More than this beer.
it's so expensive for fruit juice in a glass. So don't feel pressured to get a mocktail. If you want it to feel festive, by all means. Definitely it's fun at an event or when you're celebrating something. But I love having the option.
You want to
But
yuck yums?
also, if you want water, if you want soda, just drink what you like. I, in this instance, am getting the Coke Zero. However, for a rating, national animal of Canada.
Beaver.
Beavers, something I'm a fan of. And
Hey, 2 beavers are better than 1.
you know, it's so funny you say that, Alan. I'm rating this because of the lack of a unique drink offering, but because of my affinity for beavers and maple popcorn, 2 beavers,
Twice
which
the
I
fun.
have heard is better than 1.
Ask anyone. Guys, we did it. We have officially gone around the world.
Cheers.
Not in 80 days,
Oh. Wonderful.
but
Nice.
bing.
We can't have it.
All right, that brings us to the end of our day drinking around the world and eating
And eating.
around the world here at EPCOT. And that begs the question,
Yeah.
what was your favorite country today?
Today specifically.
Today specifically.
Mexico, because you got delicious margaritas and queso, which is amazing.
Fair.
I also loved Italy today. I had an amazing Aperol Spritz and pizza window.
There you go. Pizza window.
Yeah.
You know, I'm going to throw out, even though I know I had the mocktails in Mexico and America, I'm going to throw Japan into the mix.
Yeah.
I think that, truly, if we're being honest, probably the San Pellegrino and the Ramen are the most authentic drinks I had
very true.
today.
That's fair.
A mocktail that was mixed up by a chef, while delightful, is not necessarily super authentic.
Yeah.
And Japan has such a plethora of snacks you can get. You can really make a whole smorgasbord of Japanese treats just in Mitsukoshi.
I think we should do something, whether it be a video or a stream or something, where we get just stuff from the gift shops.
Yeah.
Because
Oh.
between the candy, the chips, the cookies that you can get in the different countries, like we could do a whole thing.
We could.
Let us know if you'd want to see that.
I think for me, I've learned so much about the national drinks of these countries
Thank
today.
you both for educating me today, because that was very fun.
Edutainment. That's Epcot's name of the game, folks. Edutainment.
Well, it was.
Not anymore. Not anymore. For me, I'm going to say that it was probably the more authentic beverages, so I'm going to go with Mexico, having some mezcal, which is a mixto, which is a very specific type of like blue agave tequila beverage, having champagne in France, and I'll also say, again, having sake in Japan felt very authentic. So those, as far as today goes, I think were my highlights.
As far as beer goes, I feel like I want to give a special shout out to beer because we had beer several times.
We did.
And I know there's a lot of beer drinkers. This is probably my favorite beer in World Showcase. I love the pub as well. The blends you can do at the pub, but I've been told, and UK fans, let us know if this is true, that no one really orders snake bites. I've been told that if I ordered a snake bite, I would get made fun of in the UK, and it's something that like
It's a teenager.
children
Yeah.
order when they're first drinking.
Yeah, teenagers order.
So let me know if that's true. But as far as the beers go, this is probably my favorite like individual beer in World Showcase.
Yeah, I think I tend to agree with the Canada beers. I also want to do a special shout out to Norway.
That was good beer.
I don't think a lot of folks talk about the Norway beers. They are unique and they're not like, they have more flavor than just a beer that tastes like beer, like you're going to get in China, Italy,
Japan even.
even. So like, I think that's a special shout out there for like an unsung hero.
Now, we obviously, drinking around the world is a tried and true theme park tradition, but people are starting to drink around any park, and you can really make any park a pub crawl. So if you would like to see us drink around Animal Kingdom, where they have fantastic food and beverage, Hollywood Studios, Epic Universe, drink around the universe, the Universal parks, definitely let us know that down in the comments.
First of all, thank you so much for following along.
And
This has been
requesting this video, because it was really fun.
It was a good time. Please be sure to like this video, subscribe if you are new, follow us on all of our socials, and come join us on Discord. We would love to have you there. The links for all that are going to be down below.
Check out the Mammoth Club Patreon for behind-the-scenes content like this video. We showed you where the best bathrooms are in Epcot.
Yeah, the BTS doesn't stand for behind the scenes, it stands for breaking the seal.
So true.
So check that out, and until next time, friends, I'm Molly,
Hi, Mal.
And I'm Max.
and it has been so magical. Cheers!
Now I'm going to drive us home.
Yeah, that's true.
Hey, thanks for that, pal.
Hey, safety first.
Safety first.
Safety begins with me.
Water.